Hume Football League, the excitement continues of a massive season, and I'll tell you what, the excitement was down there at Howlong in a magnificent match. Phil Bouffler has been following it for us through the season. The President joins us. Hey Phil, how you going?
Yeah, good Wayne. Just a quick weather update. So it's a bit of a sunny day. Strange weather. I think this time last week we were talking and it was 3 degrees at 10 o'clock. Today it's probably 10. So no frost last night. Last couple of nights we haven't had a frost. And they're talking about getting up to 20 degrees on the weekend. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, really good for the footballers, I think, to get some warmth into them, and the crops are probably to get some growth on the way. But I'll tell you what, the growth was down at Howlong. The Spiders bit the Ramwabundry Giants. I thought it might have gone the other way. The Giants were in such good form. They both had won 4 on the trot. Now it is the Spiders who've won 5 on the trot. They won 14-6 to Rand, 12-10.
Good kicking, Wayne. 14-6 to 12-10. So that was a big game for those blokes, and that was the winner. That was a big win for whoever won that game. So well done. The Howlong, as I said earlier in the year, they're the big improvers, and they're going really well.
They are. Clint Brendan-Meyer with 4 and Hamish Clark with 3 for the Spiders. Nathan Wardius having an absolute belter of a season. Another 7 goals from this young star, and he's kicked 38 for the season and in ripping form. Over to other matches. Osborne, 28-13. Poor old Lockhart kicked 4 points. I actually noticed over in the Riverina football too, Phil, that Narandera only kicked 5 points. So I added the two together and 9 points for the two clubs, Lockhart and Narandera, in their 2 separate leagues for the weekend. It wasn't going very well for those guys over that way.
I went to that game, so after the game we talked about this, and even the Osborne people were saying that, you see these scores in the paper and you think, well, this is the greatest blowout of all times, but often, this is going to sound a bit odd, but often, like Lockhart tried hard all day, and, like you'd see the ball that had come down to the Osborne back line, go racing down to the forward line. You think, oh, here's another goal for Osborne. Get the Lockhart blokes and stand up. So, so it wasn't just all one-way traffic, but they're just too good, Osborne. They're just too good.
You're magnificent. What a star they've got up forward. Ryan Collins, he's booted another 5 goals, and just a regulation 39 for the season, just consistency every week from him. And other players like Deck Galvin and Isaac McDonald, high up in the WAW banking Footballer of the Year. Good effort from Ryan Shaw and Chate Birkinshaw, and Brodie Guthrie got involved for their Lockhart D's. It was Henty 14-9 to the Billabong Crows 2-7. I was really surprised at this score. I thought the Crows would be a lot closer than that, and a bit of a surprise for mine. But Henty still got some fight left in them, the Swampies.
Henty will be ruling a couple of games that got away from them earlier in the year, so they come back to haunt you later in the year. Billabong Crows will be pretty disappointed. They've been playing good football, so to turn up at Henty, not go so well. Wasn't a great day for the Crows. They're a good side, Henty, so but they're very up and down.
They are very up and down. That's Shannon Turlick with 5 majors. He's not up and down. He's just kicking them every week, and he goes to 40 for the season and having an absolute belter. What about the performance of Sam Scott? He was magnificent. Heath Holan and Dylan Hoare also got amongst it. Jake Nicholson, Logan Kerr and Henry Dorr were good players, and Flanagan and Vorachov were amongst players that, or I should say Flanagan and Bunton were their goal kickers. In the end, it was a disappointing performance by the Billabong Crows, as you said. But having a look at other matches, it was a very, very good performance in the end. It was put in by the Jindera boys. Was put in by the Holbrook boys, 14-13 over Jindera, 9-9. That was a match that Jindera really thought they could snatch, but it just wasn't the case.
At home on their home track, so they'd be disappointed. Another big game that weekend, so it's sort of the finals just starting to look a little bit more settled now. So that was a good win to Holbrook. They bounced back after their loss to Osborne the week before, so they're a good side. They'll be there and about, don't worry.
They certainly will. Brock Burham, 20 goals, 21 over the Murray Magpies, 7 goals, 5. A very good performance to get some form back for the Brock Burham side. They've certainly been having an up and down season. Looking at the final game, though, the Power. It was a draw. It was 9-8 to the Lions and 9-8 to the Power. A magnificent game at Calcan. In the end, a fitting result probably, albeit for the Calcan side who are trying to get to the finals. They probably wouldn't think that.
Not really. That's probably a win for Pseudo Spew in some respects, but that's a great game, really. Probably reflects about where both clubs are. So I'm not sure if that's our first draw for the season, but I wouldn't be far away from it. So they're always a little bit disappointing draws, but if you're playing. But, it was a close game and a good game from all reports.
It was the first draw for the year in the Hume Football League, but I tell you what, it was fought out magnificently. In the end, goals coming off the boot for the Culcairn side of Lachlan Noble with 3, and Anderson Cushhurt kicked 3, and Corey Smith kicked a couple. Ferguson, Butler were the better players for the Power, and Bockick and Haynes and Grintle tried hard for their side. Over to a very important event this next Wednesday night. It's the Hume Football League Hall of Fame and some terrific inductees.
Oh, it's a Hall of Fame, Wayne. It's a great thing for the footy, the Hume League. You know, there's plenty of people trying to cancel culture and all this sort of stuff. So I think it's a great night. So we've got 5 inductees coming in this year. We've got Julian Clancy, netball. He's done a hoop power work for netball. Peter Morris from Howlong. Pete's been a long-time president down there and done a fair bit of work. Gary Micken, I played with Gary Waller, been a fantastic footballer. Jack Stakeland's getting the award posthumously. Jack passed away. But he was, I think, Brendan Anson said to get into to be eligible, they've got a formula. So you need something like 200 points. I think he got over 400. Then you got Scotty McGrath from Culcairn, who was a great player as well. So I think it's a very important night to recognise these people. It's not where you're going, it's where you've come from sometimes. And, it's just really important that we recognise the past and all these people who have just made the league a great place.
No, it's really great. To all those fellas, well done. And to Julianne on the netball side, who I do know, she's a wonderful lady and a terrific family. Good to see recognition for the folk there in that Hall of Fame. Okay, this weekend, it's now right. I think top 6 could almost be there. Jindera get Osborne in. 2 sides are in that top 6. It's at Jindera. Is there any chance that Osborne lose a match in the home and away series this year?
Oh, Wayne, what did Michael McCormack say about that? Sorry, Michael, if you're listening. Look, at the end of the day, they're a very good side, Osborne, but I just don't see them, the games are closer than the score reflects. So it could be a matter of time before someone pops up and beats them. And, it could happen. But, the way they're going, hadn't lost a game this year or last year. So it's good form. So just on form, you've got to pick them. But if Jinder are going to go anywhere, they've got to win this.
Exactly right. I know that you love to get to a game between Ranwell, Waller and Lockhart, having some property where you are based, not too far away from both. So a good chance here for the Lockhart boys to show something at home. I think Ranwell, Waller get home comfortably, but this is at Lockhart, and as you mentioned last week, they weren't that ugly at times. They had some good system in their footy. So let's hope they can kick a good score this weekend against Rand.
To their credit, the coach said after the game, like they was a bit down that they got a bit of a thumping in that. But, once again, I think around the league, people are respecting what Lockhart are doing. So, it's hard to imagine. I think the Giants will be too strong. But, Lockhart are battling it out. They never dropped their bundle, and it's a credit to them, really. I know they've appointed a very good coach for next year already, so that's exciting. And, it's not all negative in it, Lockhart, but the Giants will be too strong.
Billabong Crows at Urana, it's going to be an important game for them. They were awful last week against Henty. They get Culcairn this week. The Lions come off a draw, and really their season to make the finals looks like it's pretty gone, but the Crows would be one they'd have to beat and beat well to do it. I'm going to tip the Crows at home to bounce back.
Yeah, Culcairn have been up and down. It's a very hard, and so have the Crows. It's almost the best of the rest of this game. But it's just, I think Culcairn are probably a little bit better side. But at the Crows, they could get up. Oh, look, at Urana's a good ground too. So I'll take Culcairn.
He's gone. Culcairn. Holbrook play Howlong. Match of the round, one of the big games of the season. These two clubs come into a contest that is going to be a fascinating one. When they played each other earlier in the season at Howlong, Holbrook got home in a thrilling match of football. So I'm expecting this down at the Holbrook Sports Complex. This is going to be an absolute ripper.
This will be a very good game. Probably the match of the round, as you said, Wayne. So, second and third, these are probably going to end up second and third on the ladder, so it'll be a good see how the segue to how they're going to go in the finals. I think, look, it's really hard, this. Seriously, I think maybe Howlong might get up here.
Yeah, it's a really big contest. How long they've got to win away sometime, and if they did win this game, it would put them with that real chance of still getting to second place. So that is the key for them. Having a look at the next one, and this is a crucial match of football because Henty played Brock Burham. You talked about the best of the rest. Well, Henty want to show that, and at home they've got a chance to do it. Brock Burham, we'll see what Brock Burham turns up. They were 8-5 this year and look safe in the finals, but the Henty could give them a surprise here.
I'll head over to this game. I haven't seen Henty's new facilities yet, so I want to go over and have a look at that. So we're looking forward to that. But as you said, like the BB Saints have got to start winning these games. If they let this one slip, the momentum's important moving into the final. So if they let this one slip, they'll lose a bit of momentum. They had a good win last week. So Henty at home, they're up and about with all their new facilities. They had a great win last week. But I think the BB Saints should win this game.
Well, what a game of footy it promises to be. The Murray Magpies at their home deck get CDHBU. They're not without a show here, the Murray Magpies. They had a really good couple of weeks before they met Brock Burham. The CDHBU desperately need to find a win, and just the draw last week and a come from behind to get to that draw. I just think the Power can win this game, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Magpies nailed them.
Probably be closer than we think about this. I mean, I think it was in the first round. They only just lost that game. It was pretty close. There wouldn't have been a lot in it, and I think the Power just got up. But I think the Power will be too strong in this game. So I think they'll probably be smarting a little bit after the draw last week. So I expect them to win. So I think the Power will get up.
All right. Well, you're spot on, Phil. You're exactly right about the closeness of the match. The previous time, CDHBU at Careen Reserve, 7-12, beat the Murray Magpies 7-11. On that occasion, so 1-pointer. Well, I tell you, this is going to be a lot of 6-pointers kicked, and it's going to be a big weekend. Phil Bouffler calling it, heading himself across to see the Brock Burham Saints take on Henty. I'm looking forward to hearing your comments from it, and also hearing how all the other sides go in Hume Football. We'll catch you next week.
Good on you, Wayne. So everyone, if you want a ticket to the Hall of Fame, contact your local club. There are 5 great people going, and it's just a really good event. So I'd encourage you to come along and pay respect to the people and the families who have done a lot for football in the area, and it's just a great thing. So thanks, Wayne.